So it is rough times at the moment for UFO grifters on social media, on Twitter, on Reddit, and so on, because more and more debunking channels are popping up, more and more people are offering reasonable explanations for the UFO phenomenon, and with that, convincing more and more people that it's actually not real. It's not a real alien-made phenomenon, so to say. More and more people turn to the skeptic side, and now, in the shadow of all that, even worse, the New Jersey drone wave has subsided. We almost get no footage anymore from the New Jersey drones. The phenomenon has got away, but as UFO grifters need a new baby to grift off, they have been searching and they have found their new cool word for 2025. And it is artificial plasmoids. Artificial plasmoids are everywhere. They're taking over the skies. Everything is now an artificial plasmoid. If you look at the Google search interest chart of the term plasmoid, you can see that here just December 5th or kind of mid-December, there was a massive increase and it's still going strong of people searching for plasmoids. Previously, nobody cared. Nobody cared, maybe a few scientists, because it is a real thing. Plasmoids are coherent structures made of plasma and magnetic fields. They have been proposed to explain natural phenomena such as ball lightning, magnetic bubbles in the magnetosphere, objects in cometary trails, in the solar winds, and so on. I'll link this Wikipedia article about plasmoids down in the description. You can check it out yourself. But more interestingly, down here, they give some characteristics. How do plasmoids actually look? Well, they appear to be a cylinder, an elongated cylinder that points into the direction of the magnetic field where they come from. But we're not talking about natural plasmoids here. We're talking about artificially induced plasmoids. Now, as I said earlier, the social media world of UFOs has found their new baby, which in and of itself is kind of a thing of beauty. So I want to run some of them by you. Here we have Consciousness, Arizona. Okay, it's all about those alien consciousness researchers that just want to make the world a better place. That's what it really is about. She elaborates on a study of the bioplasma damping effects of anesthesia, as well as the possible connection of some plasmoid plasma orbs being the physical manifestation of non-human intelligence. Guys, these plasmoids are actually a manifestation of non-human intelligence. I can't handle the whole thing. It's a 10-minute thing. Okay, we're going to just listen to some outtakes of it. I'll link it down in the description. If you want to extend your consciousness towards this, whatever this is, then click that link and watch it yourself. But here we go.
If you have not been living under a rock, you know that plasmoids are being seen in New Jersey and are the cause for the drones in New Jersey.
Amazing. Sorry to interrupt here just after the first sentence, but I love how she frames this whole thing just with her first entry sentence into the segment. Okay, she's like, if you haven't been living under a rock, then you should know that these plasmoids that you see behind her here, that's an example behind her, are responsible for the drone sightings in New Jersey. It's not, there's the theory that some of these plasmoids, artificial plasmoids, could be responsible for some of the sightings. There's no differentiation. These plasmoids are responsible for what we see in New Jersey, and if you don't know that, then you have been living under a rock. You're basically an idiot, okay? What kind of an idiot would not know that these plasmoids are responsible for what we've seen in New Jersey? You see how she's framing it? How she's trying to make you look like an idiot if you don't agree with everything she says? Find this super, super interesting. And I don't know if these people are doing this consciously. She consciously sits down and frames it in that way, or if that just naturally happens, because it's obviously like a narcissistic trait, right? To give people that feeling that if you don't agree with my take on alien consciousness, then you are wrong and you've been living under a rock, bro. You know what I mean? Very interesting stuff here, but let's keep going a little bit more.
A plasmoid is a coherent structure of plasma and magnetic fields. Plasma is the fourth state of matter and ionized gas. That means it has free electrons. Now stay with me on the free electrons for a moment, because I'm going to make some crazy connections.
I expected nothing less of you.
If you're interested in extraterrestrial consciousness,
somewhat, you know.
in quantum biology, in these UAPs, this is the conference for you. It will be in Barcelona, July 6th through 11th. I'm speaking at it with the greatest people ever. There's also a festival of consciousness afterwards, which has to do with art and dancing.
Guys, it's art and dancing and alien consciousness. What could be better? There's nothing wrong with that.
And on Friday, July 11th, 2025, they are doing
Oh, look, Ross Coulthard is there as well.
So one of the speakers is Ross Coulthard. He wrote a book, a bestseller called In Plain Sight, which is an investigation into UFOs.
Bro, I'm just being sold garbage here, right? It's like, go to this conference. I'm speaking at the conference. Alien consciousness. Here's Ross Coulthard. He's wrote a book. The link to the book is in the description. There are no links to references to any of the papers I'm about to cite, but I'll link the book. Buy his book, guys. What happened to critical thinking? Are people not able to watch this and be within the first minute? I mean, we're 1 minute into this now. Be like, what? What are you trying? This is a sales pitch.
Impossible science. He's an award-winning journalist. And now this guy's about to get a lot more popular. He has maintained that the U.S. federal government maintains a highly secretive UFO retrieval.
All right, okay, you had your stab at this. Let's move on. I mean, she later on, in all fairness, goes into plasmoids and goes into a lot of... But the way she frames in the beginning, like, to me, at this point, 1 minute in, all credibility is already lost. I don't know who she is. You know, maybe she is a quantum biologist and knows a lot about... Who knows, dude? But the way this is being framed, I'm not on board with it. Let's look at another example.
Scientists have just confirmed the existence of plasmoids. These
Wait a second. Scientists have just confirmed the existence of plasmoids? The term was coined in 1956. Is she a time traveler? How long has she been around?
Plasma-like UAPs have multiple shapes and sizes. They're attracted to electromagnetic activity and have been filmed diving into the ocean, as well as hovering near space shuttles and satellites. They have explosive properties, negatively affect electronics, and mental activity, possibly inducing hallucinations of alien abductions.
Right.
Scientists suspect that they are sentient and represent a fourth domain of life. After 14 years of extensive research, it is a conclusion that so-called unidentified flying objects that have been seen in our atmosphere are not spaceships from another planet, but are groups and masses of living organisms that are much a part of our atmosphere and space as the life we find in the oceans. It has been hypothesized that dusty plasmas in the thermosphere may have incorporated all the necessary elements for the synthesis of RNA leading to DNA and thus life.
Right. I get all my information from TikTok accounts that put kind of mysterious music behind their clips, show just walls of text without citing any references. That's really where you want to be if you want to learn about alien consciousness. And so this is just 2 examples. There's so much more out there of people posting about these plasmoids left and right. As I said, the griftosphere, the UFO griftosphere needs a new baby, right? So we found it now. So everyone's talking about those artificial plasmoids. But the beauty of it is it gains almost no traction. Nobody cares. Well, the New Jersey drones had somewhat of an online presence, right? People care, people click that stuff. This video we just watched has 75 likes. The pitch video we previously watched of her selling her appearance at this consciousness conference and Ross Coulthard's book has 15 likes. So people don't really care for some reason. And I wonder why. Let's look at some of these plasmoids. And what you notice as you type in plasmoids into X, for example, or Twitter, loads of fakes. Okay, we got like little CGI or AI fakes or whatever the hell that is. It's most definitely not real. And even if it would be a real plasmoid, I doubt it would look like that. But you don't find many actual videos of those so-called plasmoids. And if you find any, they look like this, right? It's like the worst videos that you can imagine. It's like some mysterious pixelated, heavily artifacted light somewhere on the horizon. Loads of fakes there. Not many actually good clips that would give us a bit of an indication of what it is. Sounds somewhat familiar. I don't know, right? Reminds me of something. Like everyone talks about a phenomenon, but nobody has any actual good footage of that phenomenon. Now, you may remember this video that I showed in another video of mine, breaking it down, where this alleged professional photographer captured this footage that you see in the top left here on his professional camera. It's all very professional, of an alleged drone, and he talks about how it's actually, oh my god, it's an energy shield around it, right? You see this, and that's what we're talking about when we're talking about these artificial plasmoids. And you see another one in the background of the video here, right? It's not moving because, I don't know, it's just a still image or whatever, but that's how they look, right? They are these somewhat blurry spheres that seem to have like a moving texture to them. So what are we actually looking at it? And that's where the whole thing gets really insane, bro. Because what we're looking at here, and I've seen this myself before, I've got a camcorder, I've zoomed into stars very, very close, and you get results that look like this, okay? It's not plasmoids. It just lights in the sky. It could be satellites, it could be the ISS when you see it, that flares up very bright. It could be stars, it could be planes, but if you zoom into that source of light and it blurs through the lens, this is the result you get. And there's other examples here that are actually labeled correctly, like this video is called Out of Focus Stars, so I have to assume this is some kind of hobby astronomer or something filming this with a telescope. So he's filming stars that are out of focus, okay? And guess what? They look exactly like these plasmoids, the mystery plasmoids that are everywhere, guys. It's ultimately just a manifestation of non-human intelligence on Earth. Okay, and it's linked to anesthetics, and it's linked to all kinds of things. I'm about to make some crazy connections here, guys. It's just a bunch of lights that are out of focus and create these effects, and these people either don't want or do not understand how camera technology works. And there are literally countless examples of this online. You just need to look. But if you don't want to look, then you won't find it. And if you want to believe that it's all mystery plasmoids that are responsible for the New Jersey sightings, the drone sightings, then that's what you choose to believe. And this is what you choose to ignore. Okay, so I feel this is another level of insanity in the whole world of UFOs, where now we just talk about out of focus stars for the most part and claim that it's non-human intelligence, and everyone's jumping on it like a freaking hyena. It's insane. We're moving into insanity territory over here. But just for completion's sake, I don't want to leave anything out. There are actually artificial plasmoids. That's not a lie. They do exist. And these are some articles that are often being cited by believers in these out of focus stars being plasmoids. And this is an article, for example, from 2022. That's titled US Navy Laser Creates Plasma UFOs. Okay, and they're talking about how these so-called LIPs, like laser-induced plasma, can create bubbles or infrared target signatures next to planes, or they can be caused by planes. So it is real research, right? You would then attract a missile to go towards this IR target signature rather than the plane. It is real research. It exists. But once again, to link from this technology existing and this one article saying, yeah, the military is looking into this and it potentially could exist somewhere too. We're seeing this everywhere over New Jersey. It's just insane. It's an insane logical leap that makes absolutely no sense in the bigger picture. But here we go. There's also other examples like this, and this is an old video. I remember seeing this a long time ago. It's been uploaded 10 years ago. And it's basically showing some research, I believe, by a Japanese company that shows how a laser pulse can induce plasma, creating images in mid-air. I mean, we've seen it last, as far as I'm aware, 10 years ago, so I don't know where it went. Maybe they did sell military contracts to someone, but this technology does exist, and it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool in and of itself. Does that explain the plasmoid sightings that we're talking about here, though? Most probably not. Why would someone do that? Why would someone be like, let's use this crazy, presumably expensive technology and show people some plasmoid balls over New Jersey airspace? What? Why? It makes no sense, but it gives people something to grift off, to tell a story, to be like, yeah, that's the new thing, guys. It's probably aliens, non-intelligent life. Nobody knows why, but that's got to be it. It's got to be those plasmoids, guys. That's it. Plasmoids are a thing. I'm going to live stream later tonight, and I will cover this subject in a bit more detail, so don't miss it. 9 p.m. UK time, which is, as I found out last night, around 4 p.m. in Florida or something. Anyway, check it for yourself. Okay, if you type into Google 9 p.m. UK time and add your local time, then you'll find out when it's happening. So I'm going to stream later tonight. We're going to talk about plasmoids a bit more. You can ask me questions. I'd be happy to answer them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button. You can also subscribe to the channel. Join our Discord. The link to that is in the description. I'd be delighted to see you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.